Okay, very good morning. Uh, very good morning. Let's start with the topic, right? In the last class, we were discussing about right uh, some of the important concepts, right? That is core of embedded system. We discussed advantages of PLD. Uh, Next, commercial off-the-shelf components, right? So we discussed this also. Next, about the memory, we started memory, right? So we come up with the memory, volatile memory, non-volatile memory. Again, the RAM, different types of RAM, flash, pre-RAM, NVRAM, that is non-volatile RAM. It's a new one you are learning. Again, the EEPROM mask, and what are the differences between those, right? We discuss that. Next is about the static RAM and the dynamic RAM with the difference. I hope everyone has got the material I sent, complete third module along with the assignments, and also had sent the first program, right? I hope you have executed and you have installed the Keel software and all, right? So if you have done, please do reply to my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, don't reply in group. If you have any doubt or if you need any clarification, please do message to my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, so this is my request, because today I am going to send another program, that is second program, with a brief explanation. Remember, I am not going to repeat all these in your regular or the lab after or once college starts. Okay, so listen this carefully, right? ಈಗ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, ಕೀಲ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಕಳ್ಸಿರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಮ್ಯಾನುವಲ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾ ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮತ್ತೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಲಿಸನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಗಿನ್. Yes, memory shadowing is also is done, that is to cope up the speed between the slower memory and the faster memory. So we go for the memory shadowing. Already we discussed this, right? Yeah. Next one is the sensors and actuators. So what's the difference between the sensors and the actuators? Okay, they are same only, but so sensors, just observe here, what is sensor? A sensor is a transducer. What do you mean by transducer? Transfer are the transmitter and also the producer, and the meaning of transducer. A sensor is a transducer device that converts energy from one form to another form for any measurement or control purpose. We'll give an example. Here we have the temperature sensors, or temperature sensors in the AC, right? So what it does, it will get the temperature, okay, that will read the temperature, right? That is analog signal or the continuous signal we can say, and convert that into equivalent uh, digital form. Okay, that's what it is called as the transducer. It will produce. A sensor is a transducer. A sensor is a transducer device that converts energy from one form to another form for any measurement or the control purpose. The best example is the AC, air conditioner only, right? So what it does, it will get the continuous data, that is temperature or the room temperature, and convert that into the digital data, or that digital data is used to control the temperature. Okay, in example, he has given something like in the first chapter of the module 3, we discussed about the smart shoe, right? Hall effect sensor, which measures the distance between cushion and magnet in the smart running shoe from the Adidas anta. Okay, so example ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ, but another example is a temperature sensor in the IAC. Okay, number of sensors are used, right? Again, the proximity sensors anta irutte. Best example is in your smartphone. whenever the power whenever you are talking, right, the screen is glowing, the screen is always on. If you are when you get that phone near to your ear, right, so what does the light of the screen is, or it goes off because of the proximity sensors. Yeah, what it does, they convert one form of energy into another form, and that converted data is used for some control or the measurement purpose, and they're called as transducer. Remember, they also used to transfer as well as produce the data. Next, coming to the actuators. What's mean by actuator? There is not much difference between the actuator and the sensors, but the only thing is a form of transducer. This is again one form of transducer that might be in the form of mechanical or the electrical, which converts the signal to corresponding physical action. Okay, ಏನ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ. Actuators or actuator acts as an output device. Remember, it acts as output device. The sensors are usually connected to the input port or the input devices, and the actuators are always connected to the output device. Best example is again the air conditioner, where the actuators are connected to the motors depending on the temperature, whether to increase the speed of the motor or decrease the speed of the motor or the condenser, what we say, right? So the actuators are used. So keep in mind the definition of these sensors and the actuators. Next, coming to the IO subsystem. What do you mean by IO subsystem? These are the necessary components which are connected around the microprocessor or the microcontroller, right? Yes. So the IO subsystem of the embedded system facilitates the interaction of the embedded system with the external world. Okay, that is helpful to connect or communicate with the external world. And the interaction happens through the sensors and the actuators connected to the input and output ports respectively of the embedded system. As I said, sensors are connected to the input port and actuators are connected to the output ports. The sensors may not be directly interfaced to the input ports. Sensors may not be directly interfaced to the input ports. Instead, they may be interfaced through signal conditioning and the translating systems. Okay, illen ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ sensors ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, those sensors are not directly connected to the input ports. They are connected through some intermediator. Okay, for example, I have connected one uh, uh, temperature sensor in the AC, right? That temperature sensor cannot directly connect to the port. Okay, it is connected through the ADC, analog to digital converter. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು, the analog signal or the continuous signal that is read by the sensors must be converted into the equivalent digital form. That's what they're connected through the ADC or the optocouplers. Okay, optocouplers, like to check the brightness and all, right? So ಈಗ another example is automatic brightness ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So how it is done, it is connected to the optocouplers. Depending on the brightness or the ambient brightness, they change the screen brightness. So again, that is the useful or the application of the sensors, we can say. Next, another example is light emitting diode. So this is a light emitting diode that comes under the IO subsystem. Where do we use light emitting diodes or the LEDs? You might have observed in the phone. When you can see some blinking in the phone when you're when you have kept the phone for charging purpose, right? So in certain mobiles they show the color of the LED while it is charging. Andre white color ittu andre it is less than 50% anta, ananತರ green color ittu andre it is about more than 50% anta, again blue color bantu andre it will the charge is about or more than 90% ಅಂತ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ. Again, another indicator, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಬಂದಾಗ it will start blinking at certain or at a frequent period. So they are called as the indicators, and those indicators are designed by the light emitting diodes. Remember, light emitting diodes. So what is light emitting diode? It's a kind of diode. Okay, whenever you supply an appropriate voltage, it will emit the light. So how it is done, right? What is the diagram of this? Okay, let me show you people like this. Yeah. So here observe. So this is light emitting diode, is a kind of diode. So what is diode? Diode is an electronic device that is used to, right, control the current ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. In switches and all they use. Again, the rectifiers you studied in first year. Okay, so one terminal is called as anode and another terminal is called as cathode, right? So here if you apply an appropriate voltage at the anode, if it is sufficient to break the path between A to K, that is anode to cathode, right? So then a current will flow that. If it is able to emit the current, then it is called as light emitting diode ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Light diode that emits a light is called as the light emitting diode. So you have seen the characteristics of this diodes and all, right? So we call this as breakdown voltage. I hope you remember. This is called as the threshold voltage or the breakdown voltage ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, where it can start uh, forwarding the current. We call it as forward biased ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Forward biased and the reverse biased, right? So LED is very very important IO subsystem that is used to indicate the signals, right? So this is the light emitting diode. Okay, yes. So let's begin with the concept, right? Yes. So light emitting diode. Light emitting diode is an important output device for visual indication in any embedded system. Visual indication ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, right? Next, LED can be used as an indicator for the status of various signal or the situations. To indicate the status goskara status they use. Examples indicating the presence of power indicators like that, whether device is on or off, battery is low or full. Again, the charging of a battery operated handheld devices. Best example is a smartphone, right? Yes, light emitting diode is a PN junction, as I said earlier, PN junction diode, and it contains an anode and the cathode. ನಾವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ anode ಮತ್ತೆ cathode ಅಂತ, right? Yes. For proper functioning of the LED, the anode it should be connected to positive. Remember, the anode must be always connected to the positive and the cathode must be connected to the negative. We call this as forward biasing. The current flowing through the LED must be limited to a value below the maximum current. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ current ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will blow up the LEDs. That's what we have to make sure that the current that is flowing through the LED must be below the maximum current what it can withstand. A resistor is used. Yes, certainly a resistor is used between the power supply and the anode. The ideal LED interface circuit is shown in the figure. Yes, so this is the diagram. So this is the LED. You might have seen light emitting diode. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಒಂದ್ ಲೆಗ್ ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಲೆಗ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಉದ್ದ ಇರೋ ಲೆಗ್ ಆನೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರೋ ಲೆಗ್ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಇದನ್ನ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಉದ್ದ ಇರೋ ಲೆಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಒನ್ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ದ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆನೋಡ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬಂತು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸಿದ್ಯಾ? Yes, this one. Sorry for the disturbance. So this is the LED. Okay, it's very simple. The first one IO subsystem. Second one is the 7-segment LED. So ಮೊದಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ನಾವು. Okay, so in certain embedded computing systems or embedded systems or applications of embedded systems, they use the LED. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಿರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ during you might have seen this during your childhood, where you might have seen this particular device in ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟೆಲಿಫೋನ್ ಬೂತ್, SD ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಬೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಇರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ದ right alphanumeric characters we can say. So here just observe the LCD, that is 7-segment LED ಅಥವಾ LCD ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, but usually it is called a 7-segment LED. Why 7-segment LED is because it is a combination of 7 LEDs, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, again the DP nothing but the decimal point or the decimal point ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, right? Okay, just observe it is made up of 7 LEDs. That's what it is called a 7-segment LED. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, again the decimal point anta ide, right? So everything is provided with the a separate terminal we can observe. So this is mainly used in the public telephone booth or to display the alphanumeric characters, right? So how it is done? Very simple. A representing one separate LED, B is another LED, C is another LED. In the same way, D, F, G, again H are display point and third. If I want to display a number like 109.77, then I need to use this point. That's what this display point or decimal point is also used there. So it's very simple 7 segment display, right? So there are two types of 7 segment LEDs. One is common cathode and another one is the common anode. So observe here, what is common cathode? What is common cathode? Observe, right? So it's common cathode, it's a common anode. What is common anode? As I said, these are the anode terminals 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So A, B, C, D, E, decimal point and all anodes are connected together to a single point. The two a 5-volt power supply. Then it is called as the common anode LED ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Again, what about the common cathode? All cathodes are connected to a common terminal, right? Usually to the ground. Then it is called as the common cathode LED, and it is very simple concept. What is the maximum current that can be given is 20 milliamps, right? Yes. So observe here one more important point. Based on the configuration of the 7 segment LED unit, the LED segment anode or cathode is connected to the port of the processor or the controller in the order A. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ABC ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, this is one LED A, this is another LED B, C, D. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಅದೇ ABCD ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇನ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ how it is connected, processor controller in the order A segment to the least significant port pin. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? I will show that with the uh, with one diagram. Okay, just observe ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, for example, this is the controller, right? And it has got pins. So about 8 pins, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So how it is connected actually? Okay, it is connected. A is connected at the LSB. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. This is LSB, ಅಂದ್ರೆ least significant bit of the port, and this is most significant bit of the port ಅಂತ. So A is connected to ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ 7 segment LED ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, right? So like this. Like this, A, B, C, D. I don't know who is scratching, right? Please stop that. Okay, it's very nonsense. E, F, G, again it's a decimal point, right? So this A is connected to the least significant bit of the port, and this G is connected to the most significant of the port, usually. Okay, so this is how uh, they connect. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, processor controller in the order A segment to the least significant port pin, and DP under decimal point segment to the most significant port pin. So usually they connect. So once we start the hardware programs, surely you will get to know everything. I will tell. Yes, stepper motor. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪರ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಿರ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪರ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ DC ಮೋಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನು. ಅಗೇನ್ ಪುಷ್ ಬಟನ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ವಿತ್ ದ next concept, that is the communication interface. So what's the meaning of communication interface? In order to transfer the data from one part of the embedded system to another part, that is from input to the output port, or from one device to the another device. So what are the interfacing circuits, or what are the interfacing devices we use, right? So that is given in the communication interface. So Communication interface is essential for communicating with various subsystems of the embedded system and with the external world. External world ಕೂಡ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ within the systems ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ communication interface. For an embedded product, the communication interface can be viewed in two different perspectives, namely, okay, we see or we can view them in two perspectives. The first one is onboard communication interface, second one is external communication interface. So what do you mean by onboard communication interface? These are the interfacing devices which are used within the board device or the board level communication interface. External is to the external world, product level communication interface, that is to communicate with the external world or to transfer the data to the external world and all. Embedded product is a combination of different types of components like chips or devices arranged on a printed circuit board. The communication channel which interconnects the various components within an embedded product is referred as device or the board level. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ what do you mean by onboard ಅಂತ. The communication channel which interconnects the various components within an embedded product is referred as device, board or level. So within the subsystem, what are the communication devices are used are called as the onboard communication interface. Examples: serial interface like I2C, SPI, UART and one wire etc. and parallel bus interface are called as the onboard. Next, some embedded systems are self-contained units and they don't require any interaction and data transfer with other subsystems or external world. Certain embedded systems may be a part of a large distributed system and they require interaction and data transfer between the various devices and the sub modules. The product level communication interface is the responsible for data transfer between the embedded systems and other devices or the modules. Okay, that's what they're called as the external communication interface ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ: infrared, Bluetooth, wireless LAN, again the radio frequency RF, again the GPRS, right? So there are examples for the external communication interface. Next, okay, so next topic is, see, somebody is using pen or scratching over the screen. Don't do that. Okay, ನೀವು ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸೇ ತಗೊಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾರು ಅದು? Okay, onboard communication interface. We'll discuss one by one. Inter-integrated circuit, I2C bus, right? So this is the diagram. I2C bus. I2, why it is called as I square? ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 IC ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ I2C ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Inter-integrated circuit bus. So what's the meaning of this inter-integrated circuit bus? So inter-integrated circuit bus, that is I2C, pronounced as I square C, is a synchronous bidirectional half duplex, that is one directional communication at a given point of time, two-wire serial interface. What's the meaning of this half duplex? Only one side communication during a particular point of time. No two-way communication is possible within same point of time. Okay, keep in mind. So that's what is given as the duplex. The concept of I square C bus was developed by Philips Semiconductors in the early 1980s. The original intention of I square C was to provide an easy way of connection between a microprocessor or the microcontroller system and the peripheral chips in television sets. Right? Yes, to connect to provide communication between the peripheral and the microprocessor in the television sets. Keep in mind where it was used. Initially, it was used in the television sets. These kind of questions will come like briefly explain about the I2C ಅಥವಾ write short note on the following. Following ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು they might give the I2C, right, or USB or UART and all, right? Yes, the concept of I square C bus was developed by Philips Semiconductor to connect the peripherals with the microprocessor in television sets. The I square C bus is comprised of two bus lines, namely serial clock, that is SCL, and the serial data A. SCL line is responsible for generating the synchronous clock pulse, and the SDA, that is serial data bus, is responsible for transmitting the serial data across the device. Okay, there are two bus lines are there. One is SCL to send the clock signals, and the STA is there to send the data signals. Okay, that's what is called as the square, right? Inter-integrated circuit. I square C bus is a shared bus system to which many number of I2C devices can be connected. Devices connected to the I square C bus can act as either master device or the slave device. Okay, anything. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು master ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು slave ಆಗಿ ಅದು behave ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ master ಮತ್ತೆ slave ಬಗ್ಗೆ, right? Yes. The master device is responsible for controlling the communication by initiating or terminating the data transfer. It is responsible to start the communication as well as to terminate the communication. Sending data and generating necessary synchronization clock pulses. That is a task of master. And the slave device, what it does, it will follow simply the master order. Wait for the commands from the master and respond upon receiving the commands. Master and slave devices can act as either transmitter or the receiver. ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ ರಿಸೀವರ್. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಇದೇನಾದ್ರು ಡೇಟಾ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟರ್. ವೈಸ್ ವರ್ಸಾ is possible for slave also. Regardless whether a master is acting as transmitter or receiver, the synchronization clock signal is generated by the master device only. What we discussed earlier, I square C ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So those lines right. I square C supports multi-master on the same bus. The following bus interface diagram that shows, okay, observe. As I was telling, there are two, SCL and the STA. Okay, serial clock line or the synchronous clock line, and the serial or the synchronous data line. These are the two lines, right? STA, SCL, port pins, the slave one, slave two, and it's a master, right? These are the different slaves, slave one, slave two. That is I square C device, I square C device. So example is EEPROM is one slave, and what is a master? Always microprocessor of the microcontroller. Very simple diagram, and it is connected to the power supply through the, okay, through the registers, right? Yes. The I square C bus interface is built around an input buffer and an open drain or collector transistor. When the bus is in the idle state, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ data transfer ಆಗದೆ ಇರುವಾಗ, the open drain or the collector transistor will be in the floating state, and the output lines SD and SCL switch to the high impedance state. For proper operation of the bus, both the bus lines should be pulled to the supply voltage, right? That is plus 5 volt for TTL family and the 3.3 volt for CMOS family devices using the pull-up resistors. Okay, these are the two pull-up resistors. The typical value of resistors used in the pull-up is 2.2 K and 2.2 kilo ohms. With pull-up resistors, the output lines of the bus in the idle state will be high. The address of a I square C device is assigned by hardwiring the address lines of the device to the desired logic level. The address to various I square C devices in an embedded device is assigned and hardware at the same time of designing and the embedded hardware. The sequence of operation of communicating with an I square C slave device like this. Master device under communication ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ between the master and the slave. The first one is master device pulls the clock signal SCL of the bus to high. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಹೈಗೆ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳೋದಂದ್ರೆ it will connect that one to the power supply using the pull up register. Master device pulls the data line next to data SDA line ಅನ್ನ low ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ, pulls the data line low. When the SCL line is at logic high, this is the star condition of the data transfer. Master sends the address that is 7-bit or the 10-bit wide of the slave device to which it wants to communicate over the SDA line. Andre, it will send the address over the SDA line, data line, right? Uh, Clock pulse are generated at the SCL line for synchronizing the bit reception by the slave signals. Okay, for example, if I am sending 10111 like that, so if it is the data or the address, corresponding clock signals are generated and also transmitted. The MSB of the data is always transmitted first, and the MSB first kalustane. The data in the bus is valid during the high period of the clock signal. Okay, yavagirutte data is valid till that clock signal is high. Master sends the read of the write bit value 1 read operation and bit value 0. Okay, ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it will send the read at the right bit. Okay, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಇದು 1 ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು read operation ಅಂತ, 0 ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is write operation ಅಂತ, right? Yes, master waits for the acknowledgement bit from the slave device. So ಈಗ slave ನ slave ಗೆ acknowledgement ಗೆ wait ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ device whose address is sent on the bus along with the read write operation command. Slave address connected to the bus compares the address received with the address assigned to them. The slave device with the address requested by the master device responds by sending an acknowledgement bit 1 over the SDA line. Right? Upon receiving the acknowledgement bit, master sends the 8-bit data to the slave device over the SDA line if the requested operation is write to device. If the requested operation is read device, the slave device sends data to the master. Master waits for the acknowledgement bit from the device upon byte transfer complete for a write operation and sends an acknowledgement bit to the slave after a read operation. Right? So how it is done? Let me explain with the diagram. Right? Yes. So here yes. Uh, so here I say okay. So this is master and this is slave, right? Yes. So they are connected through two lines. Keep in mind. So one is SDA, another one is SCL. So this is the right. Yes. So what it does first? It will make the SCL high. ಇದನ್ನ high ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, right? High, and next, and it is in low. So what it does, it will send the address. For example, this is device A, and device A has got some address, some one, 0 1 1 0 1 ಅಂತ assume ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, right? So the master will send the same address to the device because number of devices are connected to the same line. right? So it will send the address 10111011 anta, because number of devices are connected like A, B, C, D and all, right? So it will pass through the devices. The device which recognizes this address will grab the line. Yes, so somebody or the master wants to communicate with me ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅನಂತರ the master will wait for the acknowledgement. So ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, yes, I have received your address and I am the one to whom you want to communicate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ನಾಲಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್, 1 or 0 ಅಂತ, ರೈಟ್? ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ 1 ಫಾರ್ ರೀಡ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ 0 ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್, ವೈಸ್ ವರ್ಸ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು ಅಂತ, ಅಥವಾ 0 ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಟು ಯು ಅಂತ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಅಕ್ನಾಲಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಎಸ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ರಿಸೀವ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು send the data. For example, if the master wants to send data, under if the master wants to write data over the device here, what it does, it will send the 8-bit data. For example, 11101101. So this is the data. It will send the data to the slave, right? Upon receiving the data, the slave will send the acknowledgement saying, yes, I have received the data ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಆರ್ 0 ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವಂಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಎನಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ. ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಫ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಎ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ 0 ಅಥವಾ 1 ನಾನು ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಕಾಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಎ ವಿಲ್ send the requested data to the master, right? Upon receiving the data, it will send again acknowledgement. Okay, this is how it works. Right? Yes. So this is about the I square C anta, right? Next, serial peripheral interface. Yes. So for today it is like this much only. Next class today, tomorrow at 12 p.m. I will start with new concepts. Today by evening or by it's night, I will send another program. Please go through that. Please do practice, right? Yes, thank you.